Good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Angie and I'm an 18-year-old teen mom to a 6-month-old and a 3-year-old. Today I'm just going to be doing a video on my two different birth experiences. My 3-year-old was born in a hospital and my 6-month-old was born in a birth center. And obviously those are two completely different things, and I know there's got to be some moms out there that are having a hard time deciding what they want to do, if they want to do a home birth / birth center with midwives, or if they want to go to the hospital with the doctor, because I know I had a really hard time deciding. So since I have done both, I am going to share my knowledge with you guys and weigh out the pros and cons of both. Yeah, so I am going to start with my hospital experience. I actually have two labor and delivery story times on both of my children. So if you are interested in my hospital labor and delivery story time or my birth center birth story time, they're both on my channel. So yeah. So I'm going to start with the hospital. Obviously I was 15 years old, so I feel like age has a huge thing to do with it. So many people treat you different depending on your age, especially if you're going in to give birth. A 15-year-old going in to give birth, a lot of people don't agree with that. They don't treat you like you should be treated. So I did not have the best experience at the hospital. I feel like it was because of my age. So a few of the rules that I was not very happy with at the hospital was I was not allowed to record. I was not allowed to give birth in any other position than laying on my back. And naturally, when I'm in labor, I need to be sitting up. That is my comfort position. That is where I feel most comfortable. And I didn't know that with my first kid, and I found that out with my second, but they made me lay on my back in the hospital. But they actually told my mom when I was in labor, you need to put your phone away. You are not allowed to take pictures or videos of this, which I was not very happy about, because that's a really special moment and I really wanted pictures and videos of it. Definitely my next birth I will have a video photographer or videographer and a photographer, but not the point. The hospital does not let you take pictures or videos. 90% of hospitals. I'm sure there's some out there that do, but most of them don't, and 90% of them also make you lay on your back. So I really did not like that. A hospital birth versus birth center, the price wise, hospital is a lot more expensive. So I don't know, that's something to really keep in mind when you're looking into it. Obviously it depends on your insurance too, but hospitals are usually more expensive. As far as the doctor went, doctor versus midwife, I have been to the doctor a lot when I was a kid. I had some health issues and I was comfortable around the doctor. I liked the doctor. And the midwife, I felt like they didn't have as much experience. I wasn't as comfortable around them. But once I got to know all of them, I liked them a lot better than I liked the doctor. For instance, the doctor came in for a whole like 2 minutes while I pushed. Catch the baby, boom, done, like out. Like they are in there for like a few minutes, or depending on how long you push, but they are barely in there. And I feel like it's really important, because you're going to your doctor's office and you're seeing that doctor more than likely every week until you give birth, and you're getting to know that doctor, and he or she is not the person that you see the entire time you're in labor. You see your nurses most of all. So yeah, but at the birth center, or if you have a midwife, that is who you are seeing the entire time throughout your pregnancy, and that's who is literally delivering your baby. So you've gotten all of this time to get to know them before you're just put in a room with a bunch of people you didn't get to know, like your nurses, for example. So that really helped getting to know all of my midwives. Usually if you're having a home birth, you only have one midwife or maybe two. At the birth center, they have multiple midwives, and I got to know all of them. But yeah. Another thing I would like to say is at a hospital, I felt like a timestamp. Like I felt like they brought me in, the receptionist was not very nice at all. I had been in the hospital multiple times, so they were probably just like fed up with me not being in real labor and just fed up with me needing to get fluids because I was like super dehydrated. It just felt like when I went in to give birth that I was just, we need to get her in and get her out, because they induced me and they wanted my induction to go so fast. They were like, okay, now we're gonna do this. Now we're gonna do this. Like, they did not give my body time to process things before they were on to the next thing. Like, I just felt like they needed to get me in and out so they can open up the room. And I did not like that. And here is one thing that bothered me so bad. I was not fond of this at all. They told me to stop pushing because the doctor was not in the room. And I get that that's their job, no hate to any of them, but if you've given birth before, I obviously didn't have the epidural, so I was feeling everything. And your body knows when it's time to push. It wants to push. So that was something that I did not like, was them telling me, don't let your body do what it's meant to do right now. That was really, really hard for me. And one of the biggest things for me was them intentionally ignoring my wishes. I had a huge birth plan, and a lot of the things got ignored. They had my hospital gown on, and I was too flustered to like take my top off, because the very first thing on my list, my what did I just call it again? A birth wish list? Or a, oh my goodness guys, I'm so blonde. I literally just said the word. A birth plan, that's what it's called. On the top of my birth plan, there was immediate skin to skin, and I still had that up, so I did not get the skin to skin with my daughter. Eventually I like pulled it down and like was trying to get skin to skin with her, because I feel like that's really important. And then the second thing down was delayed cord clamping. They did not do that, and that wasn't okay of them to not do that, because I specifically asked for that. And then I feel like, again, with the timestamp, it is rip the baby out of my arms, let's get it weighed, let's get her height, let's do all of that. And yes, while that is important, that is not the most important. The most important is giving the baby a chance to bond with its mom before you have to do all that. I get the breathing stuff. Yeah, like they gotta suction out the baby's mouth or nose or whatever they need to do. But the height and weight, like that is not an immediate thing. Like you can wait a few minutes, and that was pretty irritating to me that they did that. The birth center, on the other hand, I was able to have a water birth, which was not an option at the hospital that I was in. I was able to labor in any position I wanted. I changed positions. And while I was in the water, I was sitting up. I actually, this isn't important to everybody, but it was important to me, was catching my baby. That was amazing. The most important part, it was me and him in that moment. It wasn't my feet up in stirrups with a doctor catching my baby. And that was one of the biggest changes for me, was getting that immediate connection, like getting to pull him up out of the water. I have pictures. I did not get videos because it was just my doula taking pictures off of her cell phone, like when she had a chance. There wasn't like a designated photographer or anything like that, but I was able to get pictures of literally him coming out. Like, they did not care. and they did their thing. Like, they did what I wanted. Like, they stayed back, were helping when they were needed, when I wanted them to, but they kind of let me do my thing. Okay, Hetzi has come to join the party. Say hi. But yeah, the birth center also did delayed cord clamping. They let my husband cut the cord. They let me hold him for a very, very long time before they ripped him out of my arms. I don't like to say ripped, but took him out of my arms. But yeah, I just want to say that not everywhere has a birth center either. A lot of places don't. So this birth center side also is related to home births and has a lot to do with home births, because a birth center is a lot like a home birth. Everything is pretty much up to you, just like a home birth. So yeah, if you are still going back and forth on it, this is my story and this is what happened with me, and I would 100% recommend a birth center birth or a home birth. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.